Alright, got the power washer out because I figured I'm going to give this one last shot at getting some more of this junk off. I'm going to have to fill up the tank a little bit with water, I think, just to give it some ballast. And I'm going to try and get some of this stuff off. And then there's still a little bit on the inside, despite the fact that we bleached it and washed it with it. Mary did a heck of a job getting this as clean as she possibly could. So, but I'm going to try and hit it with the power washer, and we'll see if that does anything at all. She was saying she doesn't think it's going to take any of this off, and I agree, because I think that's just, that's exterior staining right there. Just starting off filling this thing up with the power washer turned off. This will help me purge the line too, because I've got, I don't know, 50 feet of garden hose. So at the very least I need to get the air bubbles out of the line. Okay, I think I had the air bubbles out, but I'm going to still purge it with the power on now. Still see bubbles there. Alright, not so sure how well this is going to work, but we'll find out. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say Mary was 135% right. So now I'm going to try and go inside. The water's still in there, by the way, in case you're wondering why this is so murky. Let's see if I can clean any of this up. That little pressure washer was not doing the trick. But what did do the trick is an old-fashioned toilet brush. Problem is you can't get it down far enough so that you can get it over to the edge of the tank, because this is offset, so I can't get over there. So what I need to do is I need to bend this handle so I can grab this with some vice grips and be able to clean all the way across. So yeah, let's see if I can get that to work. You did? Now I'm switching to cool. All right, I'm gonna let that sit in the vise for another minute or two, just to cool down naturally. It's still kind of toasty, and I don't want to mess with it till it's ready. All right, and while I had this stuff all apart, I decided to pull apart the fuel cap so I could clean out the vent sponge, just get that overall decent shape. Because as you can see, It's a pretty crappy rainy day, so this is the perfect day for cleaning out fuel tanks, that's for sure. Let's see if I can show you inside of the tank here. Bear with me as I try to get this to focus. So you can see over here, I was able to clean some of this with the brush. Over there on the other side, I wasn't able to get that much. That's why I need to do the bent. Because this is the side of the tank that sticks out the back of the tractor, and that you can actually see the fuel level, which would be awesome to be able to do that again. Well, we never did, actually, so it'd be nice to be able to do that at all. But on the bright side, even though you really can't see this terribly well, it did clean up the inside of that tank really well. So it was worth making that tool. Although now Mary doesn't have a spare toilet brush. I'll just hide this. Okay, as you can see, this tank has some high sides on it. So when the tank's flipped upside down, these are just basically catchments for heavies. Like anything that you get spilled in there, like little rocks or whatever, they don't go directly in and block the inlet, or the outlet rather. So got the tank flipped upside down, and I'm going to tip it up so that it's right next to where this drain is, which really is the lowest point now. And I'll air dry it, and then that should take care of all that. I'll blow the lines out with air, and we should be good to go. Okay, so on the downside, one of the things that I discovered is apparently the valve in the gun on my Karcher is dead because it's not shutting the water off. That's one more thing to deal with, I guess. I mean, it's not really going to affect for what we do because we generally just use it to wash cars. But man, it's kind of irritating to have that thing keep going off all by itself. It should just stay off and not leak at all. But as you can see, it's not quite doing that. Frustrating.